God damn it, girl, go away. I suddenly tensed up. I felt majorly uneasy. Something wasn't right. I felt it in my core. She must be here. The thought of her in the house infuriated me beyond belief. I had to make sure she was not here. I rolled out of bed and quickly left my room, wandering the halls and listening closely. She was a demon, but I was listening very intently. There was no way she would have been able to sneak up on me. I don't know about that. She can be pretty stealthy. I know you're here. Where are you? I could feel myself growl. It wasn't a matter of fear that she'd take away the boys anymore. Her very existence had lit a fire of rage within my gut, which only grew as each day went by. This feud was going to get on my nerves, and I knew it would not end well for one of us. I'm gonna guess her, because I'm the main character. I wasn't going to lose to that demon bitch.
Diana, what a pleasant surprise.
Meow? Meow? What now? My heart stopped. Diana was with Erik. My mind flew into slow motion, playing fake images of Diana trying to seduce Erik in my head to further fan the angry flames inside of me. What was even worse was the fact that Erik could play into Diana's flirtatious games. I instinctively followed Erik's voice and blushed wildly. I was approaching the bathroom. The door was open just a crack, wide enough to peek in without being noticed. Wow, this is a nice bathroom. Just gonna say. I peeked inside to see Erik by the bathtub with Diana sitting on the sink. She's in the wrong position then. Looking to him.
Such a gentleman. You know how to treat a woman.
That he does. That he does.
That I do. However, I'm afraid that my manners will not replace my sickening hatred towards you.
Aw, good boy. Good Erik.
I'm hurt, wounded truly. Is this how you really address a woman?
It's how he addresses you. Skank. Just saying, he's mine. Back off.
A woman you may be, but you are an enemy as well.
Exactly. Priorities.
Pity. And here I thought I was going to offer you the chance to become something better than just a simple incubus.
Hey, there is nothing simple about him. Also, hentai powers. What was Diana going on about? More than just an incubus. Was she insane? Yes, she is.
I highly doubt you have anything more than what I can have here in the human world.
Exactly.
How about becoming the next demon
Girl,
lord?
he doesn't want it. He left. I froze. What did she mean? Becoming the next demon lord? The boys weren't in the demon world anymore. They had no claim on the throne anymore. And that's a lot of anymores. Just saying. Also, they've all made it very clear. Do not want.
Becoming the next demon lord? You're overstepping yourself, don't you think?
Yeah,
How can you know about who the throne goes to?
Yeah, how do you know that?
Well, currently, I'm the contracted bride to the heir to the throne. Since the throne is open, it's available to any son of the demon lord's line.
Ah. Okay, good point.
Is that so?
Apparently.
It is. You'll gain the throne, the land, and a bride to continue your lineage with. Doesn't that sound like a perfect life for an incubus like you?
Not really. No. I could feel myself gripping my fist tightly in anger. How dare this girl try to convince Erik to return to the demon world? He ran away from it. He didn't have to go back. He shouldn't go back. My mind began to wander. Imagine him saying yes. He would leave and the brothers would follow to bring him back. They'd be trapped because Diana would make sure they could never leave. Erik would be the new demon lord with Diana's as queen, and I'd lose him. No. Nope.
Sorry, but that actually doesn't sound appeasing at all.
Attaboy. Attaboy. Good job, Erik.
What?
You heard him. Back off. I felt surprise run down my body again. Did I hear Erik correctly? He denied her. Good boy, Erik.
You dare deny?
Yeah, he dares.
Do not try to raise a tone to me.
Yeah,
I am not as submissive as my training defines.
exactly. Also, yeah, shock-faced Diana, as you should be. I could see the ethereal tendrils slowly form around Erik, taunting and threatening to strike at Diana. Hey, maybe she's into that.
You do not scare me. I can bring you to your knees and make you beg to return with me.
Yeah, but would you want to?
Such a cute bluff. You don't have enough power to do that, do you? Or else you would have already done it.
Yeah, you kind of wasted energy at the school today. Just saying. Erik smirked before making the tendril fade away. Diana gripped the sink beneath her as Erik turned to adjust the shower head nonchalantly.
Besides, even if you did enthrall me, you wouldn't fully own me. I belong to her.
Ariel. Name's Ariel.
The human girl.
Yeah, the human girl.
You must be joking.
Nope.
A human like her can't possibly provide you what you need. She's a human. You're a demon.
Yeah, and we're both extremely attractive. I felt the urge to storm in and shut her mouth. I would give away my position, but I was growing extremely tired of Diana. You know what? No, Let us barge in and set this girl straight. Haha, your shocked expressions are worth it. I decided to be assertive and quickly stepped into the room, throwing the door to the bathroom wide open. Diana and Erik looked at me in surprise as I glared daggers at Diana. Get out!
Well, well, little human. You're awfully nosy in business that doesn't concern you.
He is my guy. It concerns me. It does concern me.
Does it? I don't think a human would understand the importance of this affair.
Yeah, keyword is affair there, honey. He doesn't want one with you, so move along. You're asking him to leave to be someone he doesn't want to be. That's not going to happen.
Oh? And what makes you so sure about that?
I'm the main character, I said so. Oh, I love him. Duh. Diana stared in shock at my exclamation. Was it not what she expected? I didn't care what she expected. I wasn't going to lose the man I'd grown to love.
You love him?
Yep. Yes, I love him. Diana's lips twitched, the edges curling to an amused smirk as she stared at me.
So what? A human's love isn't enough to understand the situation. A demon can never reciprocate human feeling.
Oh, I don't know. I think we're willing to try. To both our surprises, however, Erik stepped forward and put an arm around me, pulling me close to his body.
I love her.
Aww. Love you too, sweetie. I saw the confidence Diana shatter in her eyes as she stared at Erik at his words. I could see the struggle in her face to try to find some weakness in Erik, in me, anything.
A demon love a human? Impossible.
Not really, no. It's not that weird.
Impossible? How utterly dim to think that.
Exactly.
We are the masters of emotion.
Yep.
We aren't barred away from feeling love.
She is.
In fact, we can experience it 10 times more powerfully than humans.
Exactly.
I love her with every single part of my
Aww.
being. However, I don't expect someone like you to understand love.
Exactly. So, bye-bye, Diana. Diana took a step back, physically feeling the sting of Erik's words in her chest. It's quite a chest, I'm gonna say. She had lost, but I could see it in her eyes. Diana's eyes grew dull as she glared at me and Erik. It seemed almost uncharacteristic of her. Yet it was something I wasn't surprised to see come from her face.
Very well. Fine. Valet.
Bye-bye. And she fell through the floor. And with that, Diana faded into the ground, into a purple pentagram, crossing her arms and almost looking upset. Erik and I were left alone, left with the silence of the room. I finally let out the air I was unconsciously holding in my chest. Relaxing from the ordeal, Erik stepped to me and gently surprised me.
Are you okay, princess?
I'm peachy. I just told off a she-beast. I nodded in response, unable to speak so immediately after being surprised. Erik let out a sigh, relaxing in the embrace. I gently placed my hands around him, returning the embrace slightly. I could hear Erik's heartbeat. He held me close in his arms, and I felt safe beyond words.
My sweet princess. How you've captured my heart.
I tried. Aw, sweet music starting. I looked up at Erik, wondering what he meant by what he said. Erik smiled down at me, moving a strand of my hair from my face to look down at me.
I'm selfish, ignorant, and undeserving of everything you have done and given to me.
Flaws, just saying.
The way you accept me and see through my mask astounds me beyond words. And now, you've captured my heart and claimed it as yours to probably the greatest adversary in the abyssal plains.
Yeah, and we whooped her ass together. Go us.
You've made a demon fall in love with you.
I know, right?
I've fallen in love with you and want to give you everything you deserve.
Cool. I stared wide-eyed, blushing like a maniac. Was this real? No way. This couldn't be real. Was Erik confessing to me? Confessing his love for me? Erik gently smiled and caressed my cheek. The warmth of his hand invited me to nuzzle into it, and I closed my eyes. This wasn't a dream. My heart was pounding hard enough where I was sure Erik could hear it. Erik gently leaned in, closing his eyes. He stopped, however, remaining just a mere torturous inch away from my lips. He wanted me to show my feelings for him. He had left himself open to me to kiss him or leave him empty. The power I had was unbelievable. Yeah, we're not leaving Tentacle Boy empty. Kissies! I loved him and wanted to give him exactly what he wanted. I gently leaned in, letting my lips finally touch his gingerly. Erik let out a most pleasurable purr against my lips before he wrapped both his arms around my waist, pulling me close to him. I moved my arms up and around his neck, feeling the kiss between us deep into a heat and tight. My chest was pounding, making me feel and see fireworks in my mind. Erik was everything I desired. He was the man I wanted, demon or not. It was also supernatural to fall in love with someone so quickly. Maybe it was a sense of magic I was thrown into. Maybe it was Cupid playing with my heart. Either way, I found myself melting at the thought of him being with me. I found myself combing my fingers through Erik's hair, making the man holding me softly tremble at my touch. He gently nibbled on my lower lip, asking me to deepen the kiss between us even further. I easily teased him before finally opening my mouth slightly for him. His tongue gently danced with mine as one of his hands slid up my back and cradled my head. He gently leaned my body back, making me cling to him as our heated kiss rose higher and higher. Gently, though, Erik slowed his kisses down and pulled away, staring down at me, his eyes burning for me, wanting me to melt and buckle in his arms. I could feel myself melt already. Aw, you're butter right now. Erik opened his mouth to speak, but as a very small blush ran along his cheeks, he was reduced to a shy silence. I stared as he tried to find the words to say in my eyes. I knew exactly what he wanted. He didn't need energy, though, right? Are you?
No, I just...
I stared wide-eyed, feeling a blush on my cheeks grow. He didn't say anything more than... But I knew what the words would have followed if he continued. He wanted me. I was stunned. Really, girl? Come on. This feels like a natural conclusion to where you've been going. Was it that appealing to him? Well, duh, yes. Was his passion really that deep for me? Yeah, kinda. He turned up being the king for you. Erik gently nuzzled my forehead, losing the blush and finally being able to speak, a small chuckle escaping his lips.
If you don't want to, we don't have to. I do have to shower after all, and you need your rest.
A shower, you say? I mean, we could do both. I could feel my mind go numb and purr at the idea. A moment with an incubus. He was a demon of sex, the purest form of lust and desire. My world would rock, and I would enjoy every second of it. At the same time, I was indeed inexperienced. Diana wasn't wrong when she claimed me to be an innocent. Did I want to give that innocence to him, especially this early? I found myself forgetting the words yes and no. What could I say to him? I knew then what I wanted, but how to say it without breaking the moment? And we have title drop, Seduce Me. I couldn't believe the two words that came out of my mouth. It made the most sense to tell him yes. I needed him. I wanted him. Those 2 words must have made something in him finally break. Erik simply ran his fingers down his vest and shirt, releasing the buttons, then revealing the bare chest to me. I couldn't help but move one of my hands down his chest, running my fingers over the crevices of his muscles. A pleasured putter escaped his throat, making me shiver slightly. Erik let his vest and shirt slide down his arms to the floor before cradling my head in his hands and kissing me deeply. I felt a heat arise in my body, making me undo the tie underneath my collar and release the buttons on my own shirt. I would join him for a shower. Called it. Good girl. Then we'd head to bed together. Quickly, I removed my shirt and vest, making Erik stop kissing me and stare in slight surprise. I was simply in a bra, but I could feel the blush invading my cheeks. My shy side began to fester in my mind. Did I really want this? To undress before a demon? No, this was the man I loved, and yet I felt my innocence striped over me, almost in shame. As if he knew, Erik gently caressed my cheek, smiled at me before kissing each cheek and whispering in my ear.
You're beautiful.
Aww. Those 2 words broke my limitation. I gave in. I yielded to my desires. Ew, steamy. Literally. Before I knew it, he and I were both stripped of our clothing and in a very nice warm shower together. The heat between our bodies simply added to the warmth, making the shower a very steamy one. Hey, I just made that joke, game. Erik pulled me close, knowing that I was still shy, and began to kiss my lips over and over. Each kiss was his promise to keep me safe, keep me comfortable, love me. You know that thing about the test? Just saying maybe you should do this before we engage. I kept my arms wrapped around Erik, taking each kiss he gave me and giving him my own kisses in return. I didn't know if that was the fact we were both naked, or maybe I just craved his touch, but I didn't want to let him go. The water ran over our bodies, cleansing our skins, as we held on to each other like it was the end of the world. Even when Erik started to actually wash his body, and mine, our bodies constantly touched. The best kind of showers. The fragrance of soap engraved itself into my memory as I let him touch me and clean me. He was gentle and sweet, making sure to be attentive to every part of me. However, as he held me, I could slightly feel a shiver in his hands. He was nervous. Was I his first? No. No. He wasn't going to show it. He wanted me to enjoy this moment. But was he afraid of screwing up? His shivering hand showed me his emotions perfectly. Then my mind quickly made a realization. We were really going to join in the shower? I had imagined my first time being in a bed. Eventually, pulling away from him after the last bit of soap was rinsed away from my skin, he looked at me worried, but I smiled. Not here. Erik stared for a brief moment before slightly smirking and nodding, gathering me back into his arms and kissing me. I felt warm magic gather around our bodies as a slight pattern of running water vanished. I slightly opened my eyes to see Erik and I were no longer in the shower, but in my bedroom. We were both dry. Wow, that is some spell. But the heat and passion remained. Erik guided me to the bed as the purple tendril made sure my door was closed and locked. See? Those powers come in handy for something. As he laid me down and knelt over me, Erik smiled and finally embraced me as we both desired. The pleasure between us would be heavenly, and we'd get through it together. I closed my eyes and gave myself to Erik. My body, my mind, my soul, it all belonged to him as he held me. His body, his mind, his soul, it all belonged to me as I gave into his embrace. Yay! His kisses and fingers over my skin would forever engrave themselves into my memory as our passion rose through incredible heights. Our breaths and moans to each other equally sounded and echoed like a blissful chant we never wished to end. We kept moving, loving, feeling every inch of our bodies, until we had had enough and I was enveloped in his embrace. Skin to skin, heartbeats matching, we held each other in the glow of the aftermath. I muzzled my head into Erik's chin as he held me close.
I love you so much.
Aww. Hey, love you too. I love you too. Just to hear those words come from Erik's mouth made my heart flutter. To hear me answer made my soul warm in glee. I could feel both of us sink into peaceful sleep together. It was the best sleep I had had in days, and I was happy. I had love and I had happiness. My life was simply perfect. When I opened my eyes, I found myself staring into Erik's bare chest. I blushed, but looked up at Erik still sleeping. His sleeping face made me giggle softly, but the reality of the situation made my heart flutter. I couldn't believe it. I was lying next to the man I had grown to love with all my heart. And the skip button's back, finally. Yay! Hello, Diana. No, you get nothing. Go away. Bye. And the rest of our story. This should really be skip buttable. Erik becomes the new CEO. You're practically overpowered with your love for each other. Demon in love with a human. It's very impossible, but it's true. The boys are going to give us our space because they're, not completely and utterly stupid. And Erik has me to care for him now, so the boys know he's in good hands, figuratively and literally. He felt bad for being closer to them than the others, but that's life. And I promised I would protect him and love him always. But what of my future? With James taking over the company, I'm free, I can make my own choices. Yay! But what did I want to do? Also, James is super good at his job, go figure. This should really be skippable, as this is the same content every time. Erik's gonna help and support you, regardless of what you choose to do, because he is a #good boyfriend. And nothing's gonna take you down from that happiness. And the scene where we reveal this was all just a flashback. Yay! Love is real, yay. I smiled as I held my hands to my chest, relishing in the feeling dancing within my soul. I let out a happy sigh before looking up and seeing where I had wandered to. I was standing at the entrance to the backyard, and the door was slightly ajar. I peeked out to see Erik standing up by the gazebo, looking up at the moon in the sky. I slowly opened the door and exited the house, walking towards the man who held my heart. Hearing the grass underneath my feet, Erik turned his head and smiled at me.
Good evening, princess.
Good evening, handsome. I smiled and blushed a bit, moving to stand at Erik's side. What are you doing out here?
Ah, I'm merely making friends with the moon, my love.
Ah, you are very popular. I blushed deeper. Hearing him call me his love made my heart skip a beat. Erik chuckled, most likely being able to see me blush through the darkness of the night.
I wanted to see the night sky. The yard is one of the more perfect places to stargaze. Don't you agree?
Yeah, it is pretty nice. We do have a pretty swank backyard. Yeah. I found myself staring up at the sky as well. The stars all glimmered in the dark blue, almost pitch-black sky. They all seemed to cast an entrancing spell on my eyes, not letting me look away. Not that I cared, anyway. Erik gently wrapped an arm around my waist, pulling me close to him without breaking my stare at the sky.
I don't deserve you, you know.
I know, which is why I, chose other people way ahead of you, but, we're here now. I raised an eyebrow and looked at Erik, confused. What did he mean? Erik simply stared at the sky, holding me gently to him.
You're much too wonderful to be loving a demon such as myself.
Well,
As cliché as it may be, the beauty fell in love with a beast.
you're no beast.
A beast with an insatiable hunger for lust.
Hey, I am more than happy to be your buffet, sir. But you're not a beast, Erik. Erik looked down at me in slight surprise. I turned my body to him and gently held his cheek in my hand, feeling him nuzzle gently into it and cradle it with his own hand. Oh, sad Erik, sad. You're not a beast, nor will you ever be. You're Erik, and you're the man I want to love for the rest of my life. Demon or not, I love you. Erik stared, looking lost at what to say at my words. It was all true, though. He had faults, sure, but who didn't? I enjoyed his company and adored every part of his personality. The mask he wore slowly faded over time. Or maybe not. After all, his mask is part of who I fell in love with. Erik gently moved my hand and kissed my palm, closing his eyes and absorbing what I had said. He'd only opened his eyes, partially, staring past my hand.
Sometimes I forget that you're human.
Really?
You entrance me better than any demon could.
Aw, thank you.
You're truly unbelievable.
I know, right?
Are you real, or am I dreaming?
Pretty sure I'm real. Pretty sure. Although after Doki Doki, I have many questions. Yes, Erik, I'm real. I'm right here. Erik finally looked at me, a look of desperate need in his eyes. You're not dreaming. I gently guided Eric's face down to my hand and kissed him softly, reminding him of my touch and reaffirming my words. He stared at me as if his greatest wish had come true. I fought back a giggle at the sight. Erik gently pulled me to him, facing me to hug me to his chest. I nuzzled into his chest, hearing his gentle heartbeat and memorizing its tempo.
You'll regret it. I promise you.
I doubt it.
You'll regret loving someone like me.
No, as long as you're faithful, she really won't. You underestimate me. Erik chuckled softly. The sound of his laughter sending a happy wave down my spine. Erik smiled down at me and kissed the top of my head. My focus, however, traveled down to my hand, which had become gently held in Eric's. His thumb grazed over my ring finger. I could feel the soft veins of energy tingle in my skin. I watched as, around my ring finger, a small vine wrapped itself around and tied itself into a lovely ring. The ring held a beautiful purple flower with a red gem in the middle, glistening in the moonlight. I gasped before looking up at Erik. He slightly smirked down at me.
See? I'm taking advantage of you already.
By giving me flowers? Love it. Erik. Erik gently moved his hand and cradled my cheek, replacing the smirk on his face with a tender smile that made my heart skip a beat.
I don't know what I did to deserve you, but I swear to love you till the end of days and beyond.
Aww.
You make me feel so complete.
You make me
I can
feel
no longer imagine what I would do in life without you.
I'm sure you would have found someone, just, they wouldn't be as awesome as me.
Let me stay with you. I love you so much.
I love his voice actor, by the way. I felt my heart going a million miles an hour. Was this truly happening? Yes, it was. I felt it. I knew it. Aww, kissies. Out of pure happiness, I wrapped my arms around Erik and kissed him deeply. Aww, the happy couple. Erik stared before holding me to him and kissing deeply back, pouring all of his love to me into that kiss. I did the same for him, not wanting to wake up if this was indeed a dream. I felt light as a feather, not wanting to ever let go of this man in my arms. There were no words that could describe the emotion within me. I felt joy, happiness, ecstatic high, all at once. Here I was, kissing the man I would be with forever, under the beautiful moonlight of the night. I had gained the heart of a demon. No, the man I loved. I vowed to cherish him and love him for the remainder of my days and beyond. Could a demon love a human forever? I knew Erik would. And that was my happily ever after. And Erik's kiss. Arr. Is it R-rated? New password unlocked. Demon wall. And achievement unlocked, Erik's kiss. And that is one more of the brothers' paths down. There are 2 more paths. I'm going to try to get those done as I've come so far into the game now. I do like Erik's romance. It is very sweet. And once you do get past that initial first layer of flirt, 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 and realize, oh, there's a reason why he does this. And it's his mom. Yeah. All of the boys are kind of influenced by both their parents, and I get why they needed to, get out of there. Rankings. Rankings, I would still probably leave mostly the same with just filling in Erik into the equation. Be just above Andrew, but still below Damien and James. And that has been Eric's path. Next time we come back, we'll be starting another new path and finishing out the game. So until next, tack, like a tail,